Hello, you're welcome back to my channel. So if you're newbie, thanks for stopping by and please consider subscribing. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So I had some viewers complain of the blurry state of the previous Dartless Pencil sketch I have on my channel. And of course, you know there's no me without you. So here am I redoing this, and I hope this will be more clearer and insightful for us all to learn. Here in this one, I'm using waist 34 inches, hip 44 inches, hip line of 8 inches, and knee line of 18 inches. Okay, so I'll draw this line out, an horizontal line at the top edge of my paper. Now level that waistline. On this line, I will take my vertical measurement of 8 inches hip line and 18 inches for knee line. I'll be using the length of this paper. So you can use the length of, the skirt length of whatever inches you want to, okay? So I'll draw these lines out and then I will place my horizontal measurement. Now here in this dartless method, of course, is an updated version. So on the waistline, there will be a little twist. We are dividing all our measurements by 2. Okay, so for the female body, the waist, circumference, the waist of the front panel is bigger, okay, than the back, because of course we have the tummy in front. So we are making room for this, and we'll be adding 0.5 to the measurement. So the formula for this is waist circumference divided by 2 plus 0.5, and I have 34 as my waist circumference. Dividing that by 2, I have 17. Adding 0.5, that will make it 17.5 inches. And because we're cutting this on fold, I will divide it by 2 and I have 8.75 inches. So that's what I will place on my waistline. And on my hip line, of course, we have the butt behind. So the front won't need so much room. So we will be subtracting 1.5 from the front panel. Note that if the difference between the waist circumference and the hip circumference is less than 6, you're using 1 inch. But if it is more than 6 inches, you use 1.5. So here I have 44 as my hip circumference. Dividing that by 2, I have 22 inches. Minus 1.5, that will make it 20.5. Again, because we are cutting this on fold, I'll divide that by 2 and I have 10.25. That's 10 1/4. I'll place that on my hip line, and on my knee line, I'm subtracting 1 from that 10 1/4 that I have on my hip line. Okay, and I'll place the same on my length. Okay, I'm subtracting 1 from what I have on my hip line. I'll place it on the knee line and the length. So after that, I'll connect my waistline to the hip line to the knee line, and then to the length. And that's the shape we have. And I'll cut this. So we are trying to make room for every part of the body. So for the tummy, for your skirt to sit proper, okay, to avoid excess around your tummy, I'm going down with 1/2 inch from my waistline, and I'll connect that to meet the waist circumference. Okay, so that's it for the front panel. For my back panel, I'm using 3 inches for zipper allowance. Okay, so that's where I will observe the butt allocation. And the butt allocation method is your waist circumference divided by 2 plus 1.5. Now that 1.5 we subtracted from the front panel, will be adding it to the back panel. Okay, so for the waistline, I would like to cut everything as it is. Okay, then I'll subtract it later. So for me to observe the butt allocation, I'll extend my lines: the hip line, the knee line, and you might not need to extend the waistline. So on the waistline there, I am going up with 1 inch just to create more room for the butt, okay, and make your skirt not to jump at the back. So I'll be connecting that to meet my waist circumference slantly. And after that, on my hip line, like I said, I'm bringing the 1.5 I subtracted from the front panel to the back panel, and that will make it, that'll be 44 divided by 2 plus 1.5. Now I will have 22 plus 1.5, making it 23.5 inches. And because we are dividing that by 2, we are cutting this on fold. So we will be dividing that by 2, and that gives me 11.75. So I'll be marking 11.75 backward like so, and that'll be it for the butt allocation. Now because I'm making it pencil, and for ease sake, I'll just go in with 1 inch, but if you want it very pencil, you can go in with 1.5 or 2 inches. Feel free to just explore this method to your delight. Okay, so I'm connecting my waistline to the hip line, and I'll connect the hip line to meet my knee line, and then I'll slant it to meet the 1 inch I observed on my length. Okay, just like this. So for the zipper allowance, or if you're doing a normal slit, for this new back center line we have here, you add just 1 inch following that curve. Okay, that's for your normal slit, and of course at the waistline there to your hip line to serve as your zipper allowance. Okay, but because I'm making this an overlap, and I'll just connect it to stop at the knee line. Okay, and then I'll go upward from the knee line. I'll go upward with 2 inches. That's so you have room to move. Okay, it won't make you uncomfortable. Okay, so now I'm going upward with 2 inches or 1.5. I'm going upward with 1.5 inches, and I'll connect it like so to meet that allowance for the zipper, and then I'll cut this out. So for the waistline, like I said, the back is slightly different from the front panel on the waistline. I would like to extend, to draw out my hip line on the back. So for the waistline, we are dividing the waist circumference by 2 minus 0.5. So basically, you're just subtracting 0.5 from what you have on the front panel, and then I'll connect it to meet the hip line like so, and cut it out. So that's it for our Dartless Pencil skates using the butt allocation. So I'll label it my back panel and my front panel. If this video adds any value to you at all, please hit the subscribe button, like, share, comment. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.